Hello everyone, my name is Zero and today we're back with another banger vid. Today is going to be different because I'm doing a little bit of a different subject. I'm not just going to either rant or talk over gameplay. I'm going to talk about something I have some appreciation for that I don't usually do any content on this channel. Power Rangers. Now. As y'all can see, my profile picture is literally of a Power Ranger. And I actually got questioned on this about a couple weeks ago about someone getting on me for not making any Power Rangers content when I have a Power Rangers profile picture, which, number one, fuck you, I'll have whatever profile picture I want. Get off my dick. Second, get off my dick. I don't even know why it just said number one, but whatever. I like this series a lot. This entire show, well, 90% of this show, I have a very good appreciation for. Not my favorite season, despite my profile picture being SBD. It's not SBD, it's actually Dino Thunder. It's like, well, it's really I like both seasons, but they're very interchangeable on which one I like more. It is very confusing for me to decide which one, because I always go for Dino Thunder most of the time, but then SVD has a lot of other good shit, so it's always iffy in terms of who I want to put number one, who I want to put number two. It's like, they're very interchangeable. It's like a Dino Thunder's number one, but one day I could say SVD's number one. It is very iffy. But I'm here to talk about the best era of Power Rangers, at least in my opinion, is the Disney era. I think it's the best era. I just think it has the best consistent writing in the shows. I think all the seasons just have the best writing, character development and shit. They may be shorter than the Saban era seasons. They may be like way shorter. Saban era stuff is like 40 to like 50 episodes. Like Morphin was over 100 episodes, and that's still probably the longest. Is the longest PR season to ever exist. And it's the first PR season to ever exist. And that was 3 seasons, and that's why Zeo is counted as season 4. But I still say that out of all of that, I still prefer Disney era. And where I get on me about, oh, you just grew up during the I actually am. I'm one of them kids who grew up where shit was not usually at its best. I grew up where stuff is not at its best. Like, again, I'm a Meta Era Sonic fan. I grew up in Meta Era, so I know what it's like to where you're in an era where not a lot of people like the things that you like. I grew up in the Neo Saban era, and I did not like the Neo Saban era besides Dino Charge. Dino Charge is actually fire. But I did not like the Neo Saban era. Specifically Samurai. I'm just going to say it right now. This series has to be the most overrated series I've ever seen. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, just because it's $1, oh, restore Super Sentai. Literally, Power Rangers is an adaptation. It's not a ripoff. Now, I can say that they borrowed a lot of story elements, like way more than they usually do, from the Sentai version. Which is a little odd that they decided to just take a whole lot of shit from the Sentai version when they usually only really use costumes, basically everything but the story. But it is what it is. But I'm here to just say I do not like this season like that. And I grew up when this season was airing. Like, cause people dick ride this nigga Jaden way too much. They're way better Red Rangers. There's a reason why Jaden is only in one game, and he's never considered to be in any other games. And they always put Lauren in over Jaden, because Lauren is better than Jaden. And even then, that's a very small bar to go above. Which, can I just be real? Even they dick ride Jaden in the series. They dick rode him on the first episode. Now you can say, oh, they dick ride Kakarot too. it's not as well to the point of Jaden, even though Jaden, like, you could see Jaden is not shown to be nearly as good as Takaru, but yet he's glazed just as much, if not more. But yeah, I don't really like the acting like that. I just can't with this acting. Neo Saban era acting was just really iffy for me, except Dino Charge. I'm just going to say the Dino Charge is just the best Neo Saban series. It just is. It had the choreography, it had the coolness. Ivan was probably one of my favorite Six Rangers due to the fact that he doesn't really fall under Six Ranger syndrome. You know what that, if you don't know what that means, basically means Sixth Ranger comes along, usually is cold, but then he ends up getting nerfed. He didn't fall under that, or at least I don't think he did, because I think he didn't really get nerfed like that. He still fights hard. His feet, fine. The fact that he can fly, fine. His weapon, fire, especially every time he strikes somebody. I mean, it says Xandar Thunder in the big onomatopoeia comic book ass letters. That's cold. That is cold right there. Like, I personally really like this season. But yeah, let me just go ahead and start shitting on Samurai again. The acting is not that good. They gave Jaden like a Japanese type license. They gave him a Japanese type last name. His actor doesn't even look like he's from Japan, let alone sound like it. Like, they could have at least given him an actor that looked like they fit the part. Like, in general, they have like some, like, for example, Antonio is supposed to be fucking Mexican, but his actor isn't even Mexican, so it doesn't really make sense. Oh yeah, also, Antonio breaks the sound barrier, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, let me just get off Samurai, cause I just think this series is just way too overrated. But before I do, let me tell you 5 Red Rangers who all are better than Jaden, and I'm not even going to explain why, because I'm pretty sure you get the picture of why they're better. Carter, Cole, Nick, Connor, Tommy, Jason. Oh, and Leo. And Andros. And Mac. Okay, I'm done now. But anyways, there are a lot of things I like about the series, but there's one thing that I think that the series is lacking. And that's games. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, VR has games. Number one, I'm not really a big fan of them putting them in Fortnite. Mainly because I saw someone saying it could get out to more kids about Power Rangers. But let me just tell it to you like this. Trust me, kids do not actually pay attention to things being in Fortnite. They just pick it up as they're from Fortnite. These, oh, it's the guy from Fortnite memes are not really that funny. They're not funny, and they're targeted towards people my age, and they're not funny. The least you could do is be funny, and they're not fucking funny. They're not funny. And I already know they're not really going to be. Well, how do I say this? They already know they're not going to be voice acted in Fortnite. They just have skin. They're just skins. So, really, if you run them without any fucking emotes, they're just going to feel like a skin. Oh, it's not even every ranger. But whatever. I just don't really fuck with it. I already didn't care for Fortnite anyways. But still, because Fortnite really only stays afloat due to collabs. Because not actual gameplay, because it's just a standard third-person shooter. in building is just way too fucking complex to actually try for me to get into, compared to if I just play a zero build, where then I can actually enjoy the game. Yeah, we get off Fortnite to say that, like, PR is a series that is basically made for a fighting game. Yeah, I said it needs more fighting games, because the only real active PR game right now that is still getting updates is a mobile game called Legacy Wars. And Rita's Rewind was a beat 'em up, which again, I really think, and it is another thing of Mighty Morphin. I forgot, I cut myself off there. It's a Mighty Morphin game. It's only Mighty Morphin, and it's a beat 'em up. Which, can we just please focus on something other than Mighty Morphin for this? It's like how we only ever talk about Final Fantasy VII. The broad audience that aren't Final Fantasy fans don't talk about any of the other games. They only talk about Final Fantasy VII. That's how it is for some of these game devs, of where they only focus on Mighty Morphin. And also, what am I? Well, not really what am I. I really just want to say this. Battle for the Grid, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, fighting game, Tag Fighter, doesn't get updates anymore. Sucks in terms of roster. This roster is fucking garbage. It's fucking garbage. Some series don't get any representation. This is an adaptation of a comic book storyline, which most of the audience wouldn't know about, so I don't know why they decided to make it based on a comic, because most people who know Power Rangers don't read the comics. I'm pretty sure most of them don't know the comics even exist. Like, I would have personally just made it an original plot and not put Lord Draken in as like a DLC to then get people to read the comics, instead of just having it be, you're not gonna get this if you didn't read the comics. And then the story mode is just your typical run-of-the-mill fighting game story mode of just fight. Except the AIs are fucking broken. Like, I'm gonna just say that the AIs are just way too fucking good. You could say it's just a skill thing, but fuck you, I don't care. They're missing some characters that are really just, they should very well be in this game as by default, but they're not in for some reason. Like, for example, there are only 2 Time Force characters, and it's just Jen and Eric, which I could see all 3 of those. Both of those 2, not all 3. I could see both of those being in the game, but you're missing some characters that are very vital. Where the fuck is Ransik? The main villain of the series isn't in the game, and basically the protagonist of that season, Wes, isn't even in the fucking game. Hell, Eric doesn't even have his Battleizer mode, bro. That would have actually been cool to see if he could just use his Battleizer. No, Battlizers in general would have been cool to see in this game, but we didn't get them. No, I'm pretty sure Lost Galaxy only got fucking Magna Defender. And it's not even Mike after Magna Defender gave him his powers, it's just Magna Defender before he died. Like, y'all couldn't at least have it be Mike? Like, okay, like, thinking of this roster and how they could have easily fixed this, I'm gonna just format it like this. Take the roster, right? Add 5 characters from each series. You don't have to make the entire team. You don't have to, because you gotta just add 5 characters. I specifically say maybe add like 3 Rangers, 2 villains. So therefore you can have some representation. Just pick 3 Rangers, pick 3 villains. And now you're gonna say, oh, well then there's gonna be a lot of Red Rangers. I don't give a fuck. Who the fuck wouldn't want to see Casey throw hands with Nick? Who the fuck wouldn't want to see that in a fight? Like, who wouldn't want to see Jason go up against fucking Leo? And especially since there isn't any fucking character-specific interactions, they're just intros that could be used for anything. And especially since Mighty Morphin got a lot of fucking characters in it. Because they have 2 versions of Tommy, and they have Zeo Gold, but they made it Trey instead of Jason. So you can have 2 versions of, technically 3, because Lord Draken is literally just another version of Tommy from another reality. There's 3 versions of Tommy, but you can't have more than 1 version of Jason. You can't just make it Zeo Gold Jason. Jason was a Gold Ranger for longer than Trey. Trey may have been better, because he is better. But but Jason was there longer and had way more screen time than Trey. So who's to say it wouldn't have been better to have Jason be that one? And also, having Adam in his Ninjetti outfit, but not in his Zeo outfit, it's just wild. I'm pretty sure Zeo doesn't even get a lot of representation in this game. It's just fucking Trey. It's just Trey. Like, I think it's literally just Trey for Zeo. They couldn't even fucking put King Mondo in there, bro. No King Mondo in that bitch. No Adam from Zeo, because at least I could have put Adam from Zeo instead of Mighty Morphin. Because we already have a lot of Mighty Morphin characters in this game. You already have fucking Jason, Kimberly, Tommy, 2 versions of Tommy, White Ranger and Green Ranger, fucking Lord Zed, Rita, and Scorpina, and technically Trini. We're only really just missing Zach and Billy, and they all would have had the original 5. But still, there are a lot of Mighty Morphin characters in this game, which I get. Mighty Morphin had way too many fucking characters. But still, I say give representation to every season, since this game is supposed to be a celebration of all of them. Oh, Megaforce doesn't even get a lot, and I'm pretty sure Megaforce was recent at the time of that game releasing. And Megaforce only has 1 character, Gia. That's it. And she doesn't even use any of the powers of the previous Yellow Rangers. It's just guns and swords. I couldn't even add Rock or Metal Alice or Rogue Knight or Orion? And then the Dino Charge disrespect of putting Poisantra in over anyone else. And then make just Sledge an assist. Make him the full character. If you were gonna put anybody in, I would have preferred Heckle or Sledge or Tyler or fucking Xenowing or Ivan. There are so many better options than Poisantra. They just put her in there just because. Like, I don't know. There were so many other options. In general, PR games are a little bit underwhelming because there's so much shit that they could do, but they just don't do it. Like, for example, the Dino Thunder game just being nothing like the actual series. Just why? Why do they do this? Why do y'all do this? Can y'all not make a PR game that represents every series that's good? Because there's really only one PR game in existence that features every single series. And that's a mobile game. That's been going on for longer than any of the other games, by the way. How does a mobile game manage to outlive a literal console game with FGC involved, bro? Like, hell, the real problem, besides the roster, is the fact that half of these combos are just fucking unfair. But, I just remembered something. Speaking of the roster again, there are some characters who I just don't think deserve to be in a game. Cat. Okay, let me just preface it by saying this. I like Cat. She has good characterization. She doesn't need to be in a game though. She's only fought once. She's only been a ranger for a singular episode and she can't do it again, according to her herself. She can't do that shit again. She couldn't do it again. If she could have been a ranger again, she would have done it in the last couple of episodes. Like, all I'm saying is Sam could have been a perfect addition to the game. Because Sam currently, I'm pretty sure Sam is only in like one game. And that's Legacy Wars. And Legacy Wars might as well just be a mobile version of Battle for the Grid, but with a way better roster, but with worse gameplay. It's basically you trade roster for gameplay. Because I genuinely think that game has a really good roster of characters, and they just need to add a little bit more representation to other series. But they feature every series, they're just missing characters. Be a Cat, she doesn't need to be in this game. Lysandra, she doesn't need to be in this fucking game. Adam, his Ninjetti form does not need to be in the game. He should just have his Zeo form. Turbo doesn't even have one. Let me just tell you. Turbo has no representation. Overdrive has no representation. Pretty sure Dino Thunder doesn't have any representation either. Neither does Mystic Force. I don't even think they focused on any of the Disney era seasons. Like, I don't even think Wild Force got shit, bro. Actually, nah, I'm lying, because SPD. And I'm pretty sure RPM, but they're outside of Corinth. Wait. If RPM, we're in the RPM universe for one of these. Where's Scott? Where's Ziggy? Where's Dylan? Where's Summer? Where's Flynn? Where's Gem and Gemma? We only hear about Dr. K. We don't see any other Ranger Operator series, bro. We don't see any of the operators. We don't even get the High Octane or Valve Max Megazord in this game, bro. Like, look, all I'm saying is the RPM Rangers could have been really cool characters. Just think about it. Flynn has a time manipulation burst where you can freeze time for a couple of seconds, for about 10 seconds. That would be actually pretty cool for him to freeze time and start getting off a combo. That would have been pretty cool. You can't lie, that shit would have gone hard. But no. And I know this video started off just me talking about my appreciation for Power Rangers as a series, but then it's just droned on about me not liking how Battle for the Grid did things. Sorry, but I just really need to get it off my chest. Battle for the Grid failed in terms of roster and representing this series. The game is good, but it needs to fix crucial things, and they can't do it anymore because it's too late. So the only real way to fix it is to just make a new game and fix the fucking roster. But yeah, I got off on a little tangent there, but in summary, I love this series. I love this franchise. It's a shame I didn't get a lot of the toys for it, because I really only remember having one Power Rangers toy, and that was a Dino Charge toy. Like, I vividly remember having a Dino Charge toy when I was younger, and that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Peace. Zeroed signing off.